live from Meadowbank. It's Thursday rather than Friday for Mark's Weekly Update. Mark, thanks for joining us. And we were just saying there that this is the first time that the lads are training at Meadowbank as opposed to Red Hill since the start of pre-season. First session just coming to an end today, yeah.
Yeah, good to be home, obviously. Red Hill, really appreciate Jerry and everyone at Red Hill facilitating us pre-season. Wanted to be on the grass. Obviously, the rain's coming now, so don't want to ruin their pitch. Back to Meadowbank, and it's been nice, actually. The boys have appreciated the home comfort, so, yeah, we're back here.
And we reflect on two games across 3 days, last weekend, bank holiday weekend. Draw here against York 2-2 last Saturday before defeat, unfortunately, in the Surrey derby at Woking on Monday. Just let the dust has settled a bit there, Mark. Just get your thoughts and recollections on those two. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought the York City game, I played really well against York. I think two things really. Gallagher, the sort of enforced substitution of Dan just unsettled us for that tiny period when they scored a couple of goals. But then we finished, regardless of that, we finished with a real wet sail. Could it have been 3-4-2? I think we sort of deserved really to run out winners that day, I thought. But took a point, improved performance from the week before. Went to Woking on Monday. I think we had good expectations, really big expectations. As has been the real consistent issue, really. Injuries, players struggling has been the big issue we've had all through pre-season. George Frankham, Jason Pride dropped out across the 2 days. And to be honest, I wouldn't say that directly contributes to a defeat, although it's not ideal to your sort of first choice 11. But a game that I thought Woking were way more aggressive than us. I mean, the stats at the end of the game say we actually had quite a bit of possession in the game. And second half, actually, I think the game was dictated to by a sort of 6-7 minute spell at the beginning. We made a couple of mistakes at the back, and it unsettled the team. Gave Woking a bit of a lift, I think, because they're a brilliant pressing team. They're fantastic. They do it in an organised fashion as well. I think it kind of appeared worse than what it was, if that makes sense. The first half was poor. We didn't really recover from that little spell where we made a few mistakes. But actually, second half, 60% possession, working the ball in the last third, never more dangerous than just before they scored, probably, which was an individual error. So we was kind of back in the game. I think we had Harrison to thank for that. I think he made some great saves during that first spell when we was at 6 and 7s. But ultimately, how we started that game's our responsibility. It wasn't good enough. The boys looked very shell-shocked. Darren had done a great job with his team, getting them ready for that game. And we just didn't recover from that first 10 minutes, as bizarre as it might sound. But having stayed in the game, we probably was looking like we could possibly get something out of it. We was working our way back into the match, and like I said, really having our best spell before their goal, game over. Did we deserve anything out of that game? No. Woking were the better side, more aggressive, more organised, won more individual battles than us all over the pitch, and I was really impressed with them.
We move on to this Saturday, of course, back here at Meadowbank at home to Eastleigh. You've obviously had a couple of sessions with the lads since Monday. Mark, how's the squad looking ahead of that one?
Well, it's the same old, really. Ryan Seeger's a big doubt. He's got a back problem. Jason's a big doubt. Harry Ottaway's a big doubt. That's the 3 strikers. So it's obviously been the consistent issue, really. We are trying to address it as a club, because it's kind of like some of it is bad luck, some of it is making sure your recruitment is right in terms of age, etc. Other things are basically looking at what you do on a training day, looking at your recovery, your strength and conditioning. But yeah, injuries and constantly looking at who's, fit and most likely to play. Our big issue this season, we shouldn't underestimate it. We lost Pre-season we lost Josh Taylor, James McShane, Niall McManus wasn't playing, and there's one other somewhere there as well. And it meant that we had to then overload players pre-season, which we didn't want to. Then them players that we overloaded, Matt Briggs, George Frankham, all got injured, right? And every game we've been like fielding boys that are kind of almost doing too many minutes for where they are, basically, and then putting more risk on them. So we're just struggling to get the team up to a core, regular level of performance. That's our issue right now. I think that Saturday, Monday, that would have been an element of that as well with some of those boys. Squad-wise, the 3 strikers have all got doubts about them. Apart from that, most people are back in training. Whether they're fit to play is a different matter. I want to just take a second to speak about what I think has got to be one of the most remarkable recoveries I've ever seen in football, ever, in Alfie Rutherford, as an update, because for those that don't know, he's had basically a heart bypass operation and an ACL injury at the same time. An ACL itself is obviously, one of the most serious injuries in getting football, 14, 16 month end to end. He's had a heart operation during that time, and he's now out there training, smiling, banging in goals. And I don't think I've ever seen anything quite so remarkable. So I think Alfie's going to be going on loan. I'm going to organise it sooner rather than later. Bogner, he's ready to go down there now, which is brilliant. I think the fans, when he comes back, it's going to be amazing. So that's the squad. And in terms of Saturday, Eastleigh, I just applaud the fans to get in the ground. And I think all the real fans and everybody knows the sort of challenges we've got. Trying to fathom part-time, we're still part-time. Trying to fathom part-time along with the injuries we've had in a league that's pretty unforgiving. My absence, obviously I've been absent for a long time, and that's now behind us. So the true fans, the best thing about being a Wanderers fan is that there's always a journey, and it's actually being part of these scenarios we're in now. It's being in the bank, in the seats. It's being here for these matches at this time that makes it all worthwhile, if that makes sense. So I really hope we make this a massive home advantage like we did against York, sucking the ball in the net on Saturday, and we get a load of fans in here now as sort of the summer holidays have come to an end, and I just really hope we pack it out. I want one of our biggest home attendances we can possibly get, because it really makes a difference to the lads. It really, really does. So, and all our focus is on Eastleigh. To be honest, Dan, I don't think it matters, honestly, who you play in this league. It does not matter. They've all got players that can change a game. They've all got physicality. They've all got a game plan. And we're going to hang in there, do what we do, work relentlessly, and then deliver good times.
Absolutely, and I know they're coming off the back of a positive result last weekend, Eastleigh, but as you say, it's very much about us and getting it right on Saturday. Fantastic to see the place packed out, obviously for the fixturing. Just touching back on what you said a moment ago there, Mark, fantastic news about Alfie, and long may his positivity with his recovery continue. I look forward to seeing him back on the field very soon. Just finally though, Mark, it is August 31st today. It's the last day for those to get involved with Rise With Us.
Yeah, midnight. Midnight. So
midnight. A final word on that.
Well, first of all, massive thanks to these 650 people that have already come on board as owners. That's going to be like one big family now, one big email group, one big family, one big connection, one big, we're all in that together. That's how it's going to work. Lean on each other to help the club go forward. So thanks to all of those guys. In terms of today, if you haven't done it, if you can do it, please do it. We really want people on board, and really excited by this fan ownership. It's meaningful. So yeah, mate. So it's just been phenomenal. So many people now know currently today, coming on board, and it's just been amazing to see the support we've had from all over the country, locally, internationally even. So it's been incredible. So still time to get involved.
Brilliant stuff. Mark, thank you for your time as always, and we'll catch up again on the weekend.
Cheers, Dan. Thanks, mate.